Hi, so today I'm going to explain my virtual robotics box that I created. I used Prezi to put it together because I wanted it to be something that could be used for anybody, anywhere. And so it has all of the lessons in it that I created throughout this class, and then I also included some resources for engineering and Socratic questioning. Also, there's the Why Robotics section where we had to answer the question, so I thought that would be a good thing to include, where you had to think of the different questions people might have about the motivation for teaching robotics. And also there's a section where there's a bit of literature and some references for the reasons to teach robotics. So that's all included in the box. Everything is available in there as far as the costs and the procedures and the links and to the videos, and all the stuff that you need to actually do any of these. Obviously it doesn't have the materials you would need, but all the teaching resources are included in this box. So the box is meant for grades 3, 4, and 5, and really this could be used anywhere, as long as you have the resources. I really wanted to create something that would be easy for teachers to use, and that they'd be able to then apply to their teaching situation, the curriculum, the constraints that teachers have depending on the district or the country that they're living in. So there were 3 areas that I really wanted to focus on with this box because of the literature and the reading that I've done on robotics and the benefits. And so one of them was talking about teaching children 21st century skills. We know that there are so many programming and coding jobs out there and jobs that require that kind of skill. And so I think it's really important that students start developing an interest in coding and programming and robotics early, and of course that's through school. So teaching robotics really allows students to develop those skills, and also kind of demystifies robotics and removing it from the kind of movie TV style that kids normally associate robots with, and making it more like a 21st century skill that they can develop. So that's kind of the first thing. The second thing was teaching using a multimodal approach. So giving students activities that, they're collaborating, they're risk-taking, they're problem-solving, they're discussing, they're learning to work together as a team, and really being able to start from their own point. Because I find a lot of activities, kind of expect that students are at a certain spot already, where with these projects it's nice because if there's a weakness in one student, they might be able to then be helped by another to develop that skill, while they can then offer the things that they're strong at. So that was kind of the second thing, is having students being able to work and develop all kinds of different skills and different ways of interacting with the materials. And then the third thing was allowing opportunities for cross-curricular approach. Now, that is not as evident in the box, but the idea is that through developing a basic box where teachers will be able to easily access robotics lessons and use them in their classroom, then they can then build more links to other curricula. So I think making those links makes it more of a diverse learning experience, and so just providing the lessons that teachers can then build on, I think is kind of more of an underlying idea here. But I really believe that that's super important for robotics, especially with integrating it right now. I'm finding it hard to integrate robotics within the classroom, and so trying to create those links by doing these kind of activities, and then seeing how we can link it into your English and all of that. So that's kind of where the third, more underlying idea is behind this box. As far as the peer reviewers and people taking a look at my lessons and giving me feedback. It was super positive, really helpful. I found it really interesting because I found a lot of connections with things that I was doing, and then people were doing it in a different way, or using it in a different lesson. So it was kind of neat to see how, you know, our ideas would play out in different ways. I found a lot of interesting stuff about troubleshooting and challenging and having different ways to differentiate, because that for me is really important. That's really been coming up over the last year for me, is just how to differentiate in different ways instead of always doing it the same way. There was a lot of different ways that people presented the same ideas, and it was really cool to see how it would work with different age groups and in different parts of the country and with a different demographic. So I found that really helpful, because it really helped me to be able to integrate those ideas into my own lessons, and I've actually used some of those ideas for different things in my class already, just because I found something interesting and then just adapted it. So I really found that really helpful. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy my box, and yeah, thank you.